So interestingly, I think whenever the companies talk about, uh, they think about uh, the user research, UX, design, everything under one umbrella.
Right.
Typically thing. So they might not be differentiating between okay, we have to come up with a new design, sort of a thing. So let's work with a design agency, sort of a thing. So when we worked with you as well, as a Urio, so initially we came up with okay, we have to build something out there, and these are looking at very solutions thing. But then we iterated, we talked about, and research is different than coming with a solution out there, right? So how you would differentiate, if you have to put it in the words or you have to articulate it, how different a design agency is different from the user research agency like Hurio is, sort of a thing. What are the key differences?
See, a very good research, very good design agency can have a research unit within it.
Yeah.
But sometimes, because especially the way design works in India is a very strongly service-oriented and
Yes.
client-pleasing mentality, right?
Yes.
We agree with you, we please you, whatever you say, we'll give it to you, right? And if we don't agree with you, you will replace us.
Yes.
So it's a very pleasing mentality.
Yes.
You are not questioning the client, right? You're not questioning why are you building this,
Yeah.
right? And we don't agree with you. So this kind of dialogue never happens between them, right? And the other thing is, when you are designing, when an agency designing something and conducting research or validation on their own design becomes like, again, this fault game, this blaming game thing, right?
Yes.
Why did you design something which user are
Yes.
rejecting?
Yes.
So research, we actually worked in past with some design agencies because their client was requesting research and we worked with them. The same thing happened. They were very protective about the results, and they were controlling results too much because they don't want us to say certain things,
Yes.
because certain things may be against the designs that they have made. So this kind of game happens.
Yes.
So when we work as an independent research unit, independent of our design agency and independent of a company, the best part is it gives you a lot of freedom to speak the truth, right?
Yeah.
Because I'm not owning the product, I'm just telling you what Indian users or what the users need, what are the problems, and if you come up with a design, whoever has designed it, either an internal team has designed it or an external agency has designed it, we are telling you what's not working in the design.
Yes.
We're not saying that there's a blame to anybody, but it's like a fair idea. And then it becomes a far more unbiased kind of an approach to design a product.
Yes.
So I think that's basic difference with
yeah.
a design agency designing, they're biased, they do research, especially validation, which has such a favor that you have to do to yourself to prove. It becomes often like that. So you have designed this, and we conducted this research, and see all the users are loving what our design, and this is your output, right?
Yes.
But that's not the real idea. The real idea of testing is not just to get testimonials from users. The idea of research activities and validation activities is basically to figure out what is not working and let's fix it.
Yeah.
So I think that mindset has to
Yes.
change. We are not looking for testimonial praises.
Yes.
We are looking how to fix something which may or may not be working.
Yes. I think just to share here as well, like we have worked with designers as well, and we have worked with the user research as well, and I think there's a tendency, when you work with designers out there, to reach out to the solutions faster, because when there's a problem statement which comes and we decide okay, we want to do something in this area, designers are like creative people,
Solving always.
So they start visualizing how the solution can look like. They come up with a very creative designs, very creative visualizations and everything. But there is always a bias towards reaching the solutions fast, And when we have worked with the user research, when we have invested our time with the user research agency as well, what we realized that user research and UX is more about exploring the problems rather than solutions first.
Yeah.
You have to be go deeper into the problems, really define the problems very well, who is experiencing it, what is the context of the users, and then once you explore the problem a lot, the solutions become much more obvious, and those solutions will come very naturally. They would be very well defined sort of solutions.
Right.
You can always figure it out what are the visual elements of the solution is, but then what needs those solutions should solve for is very, very important when you spend a lot of time in exploring the problems of the users.
Yeah,
Sort of a thing.
yeah.
So I think user research is very important element, which we have also seen that is very element for that activity should come before the designing activity should come. It's a very important activity.
Exploratory kind of
Yeah,
thing, right?
yeah.
So the point that you're bringing is very good point, right? Because often the way design is practiced.
Yes, yes.
At least what we have seen commonly here, people are working a lot towards creating solutions very fast and not even thinking what the problem is, right? Defining the problem, spending time on the problem itself, like what is the problem, and not just thinking about, okay, the solution should be like this, and just copying the solutions of each other, and everybody remains in the same problem.
Yes,
Right?
yes.
I think it's very important, and often it's kind of ignored.
Yes.
And the understanding and spending time on the problem itself is like, that is something which is often neglected.
Yes.
I'll give you a very simple example, like some time back we're doing a study, and the study has a requirement that the user should be somebody who downloads content
Yes.
from internet, right? So we recruited a lot of people, and yeah, just to say that we don't use recruiting agencies often, we kind of have our own network to recruit,
yeah.
so we can get the right kind of people. So we got people, and we're like talking to them, right? So this is again a tier 2, tier 3 population, which claim that they download information, right? Because they understand the word
Yes,
download. But then we kind of talking to them, and then we understand, what do you understand by download,
Yes.
right? So this is something which nobody thought, okay, should we even ask this question? Like people say, yeah, we understand download, and a designer understands the download, PM understands the download, so a user says and user understands. This is not something that we should even spend time on.
Yes.
So when we ask them, okay, can you please show me, like show us, like how do you download? So this user has this beautiful fancy iMac, right? So this was open, and they were playing a very nice YouTube video. And the user had like a nice iPad, so they turn on the camera. So first we asked them, what do you think, what does download mean? They said, okay, download is something which you can access on your phone when you are not connected to the internet, like anytime. I said, fine, okay, that's fine. You can have it on your device, you can like access it when you're not connected, that's fair. So we asked them, we were kind of not sure like what the user is thinking about it. So we asked, can you please show us, like how would you download a YouTube video, for example? So user took this, of course, turned on the iMac, played YouTube, got this really fancy iPad, turned on the camera, and started recording it. Okay. So when they started recording it, and I was thinking, okay, this is so. Then after recording, they said, yeah, this is my download. See, I can access it when I'm offline. So user understand offline, but that's what they thought about offline, like downloading, right?
Yeah.
So you never question elements like that. Like, will this user understand the meaning of download? And you are thinking a lot fancier things like that. So this is a common problem we have seen in a lot of times, that people hire designers who come from tier 1 cities. Their friends are English speaking, they all have very fancy gadgets, they study in really good schools, and they're designing products for this population which is living in this tier 2, tier 3 cities, or who are not adopted tech so much, right? And you just don't understand these people. And there is no research done, you don't even go and spend time with them, never talk to them. You're just sitting in your fancy studios and designing something, and you think, yeah, this is the right solution. So that's again come to the same point, right? Before you come about thinking about solutions, try to understand what problem I'm solving. Am I solving a problem for a user who doesn't even understand what the meaning of download, right? But user believes that he understands, but his understanding is far different than your understanding of download, right? Or like for many things, for many terminologies we are using the word like offline. What is the meaning of offline to my user? And what's the meaning of offline to me, right? And what should be the meaning of offline to my design, right? I think these problems, these questions should be raised, especially for people who are thinking about designing solutions.